So what I have for you today is a budget-friendly, very multi-use camping stove. Today we're looking at the Alocs Portable CS B1 5S Pro stove. This thing can cook in so many ways. We're going to check this thing out when we come back. Alright folks, welcome back. So we are going to get into the stove. I don't like doing this in the beginning of videos, but I did want to give you this important message. And this is from Steve at Freeze Dried Wholesalers. He's going to do you guys a really big solid, okay? First, he wants to thank everybody who hung in there with him as he worked through the extremely high demand and order volume for the last couple of months. All right, today actually marks the first time he hasn't had triple-digit backlog orders. So he's doing really well. He's finally getting caught up, all right? He's had some shipping delays, if you guys remember, during the pandemic, but none were as long as this one. So if you guys remember, at a couple of points, he was out to a month for shipping. So he would like to apologize for that. He didn't expect everyday orders would become pre-sales and take 4 weeks to ship. But he does appreciate your patience, and because of that, he wants to do something kind of special for you guys for this week. And this is why I'm doing this at the beginning of the video so it doesn't get lost at the end. My code, as of today, will now be 20% off on everything on the site. So normally it's 15%. But for this week, till Friday, my code is going to be 20% off. So if you have not looked at Freeze Dried Wholesalers and you've been kind of worried about spending the money, bump over there, check them out. The link will be down below. All you need to do is click that link. You'll shop as you normally will, okay? At the end, you'll see the discount when you go to check out, and that's going to go from 15 to 20% for this whole week, all right, from Monday through Friday. So he definitely wants to thank you for being loyal and sticking around. It really is hard, you know, when things get like that, and you can't really do much about it. You just keep putting your head down and working until the work's done. One important lesson from all this is we've learned that what can happen when a big world event happens, okay? Now, this possibly wasn't from a world event. I think it was just more people stocking up and him getting on more YouTube channels and getting more exposure. But this is the kind of thing that can happen that quick, in a flash. If you don't shop when things are good, when things go bad, that's what happens. You end up losing everything or not being able to get anything. So let that be your guide. You know, I don't like to push people into things or fear people into things. I just like to let people know that this is what happens when things get nutty, and it's a good time to start shopping now, especially with that 20% discount. So enough of that. Let's get into the stove. I want to show you all about it. So the first thing I wanted to do is show you the box, but we'll get the box out of here because we don't really need it. And we're going to tear into this. Now, this is how it comes. It comes in a nice sack, nice stuff sack kind of thing. You've got your gear in here. You've got an alcohol stove. You've got a lot of noise. You've got an isobutane stove in here as well. This thing's pretty impressive too. I did fire it up just to see what the burn pattern was like. And in here is your whole kit. Now, the coolest thing about this is it's not just these two. You can use this as a wood stove. You can use this with charcoal. You can use this with alcohol gel or an alcohol stove, or I'll show you how to install this, and you can use it with that too. So this is really, really versatile. Now, the stove is made of hard anodized aluminum, copper, stainless steel. It's rust proof, has a very high resistance to heat, and its anti-slip tooth edge here just gives you a nice pot stand all the way around. That's not going to move things around, not going to slide off on you. It's safe to use with frying pans, pots, kettles, and it does include a heat-resistant clamp, which we didn't open, just so when everything is done and you want to move it, you can. Now, you've seen these before. They're kind of similar to what you'll see on other cook kits. But when you're done with this kind of has a spring back too, which is neat. When you're done with this, you can pick it up and move it around. Okay, so you've already got your windscreen built in here. Very, very handy. Multi-fuel, all right, gas and alcohol, isobutane, anything you want, all right, charcoal, twigs, branches, leaves, anything. So instead of just buying one stove for isobutane, and then when your isobutane runs out, you're out of luck, or one stove for alcohol, and when that's gone, you're stuck, this thing lets you use it in any way possible. So having this in a bug-out kit, it's kind of heavy. It's a little bit on the heavy side, so I wouldn't carry it. You know, it's about 1.5 pounds. I don't know that I'd carry it in a bug-out bag if you're trying to go light. Now, if you're going heavy, yeah, great. But if you're trying to go light, so you do have 360-degree windproof design. At the highest efficiency using this burner, you can get 3,200 watts, okay, of heat. The internal combustion chamber inside here, if you notice, there's 2 layers, makes for a really good flame. almost, I don't know you really do it, but you can almost probably get some gasification out of this if you feed your sticks in under here, because you have those holes. I don't know that it would probably do much more than that, maybe a little bit. You do have a vent in the back too. So all in all, it's pretty cool. Now what I'd like to do with this today is to test it with the isobutane and boil 2 cups of water, and then test it with the stove that's provided. This is an Alocs stove, alcohol stove. Test it with this and see how well that works with 2 cups of water. So let's get right into the testing. Don't want to ramble too much. I am going to show you how to do this. This is pretty simple. You're just really going to feed this thing in through here, up through the middle, and then thread your stove on. So being that I'm doing this first, we're going to test the isobutane first and see how quick this can do 2 cups of water. All right, so I got 2 cups of water here, and we are going to be using this fire maple. I showed you this pot set before, so we're going to be using that. This does have stands on the inside, so you can use a smaller pot, but this fits on here absolutely perfect, so I figured that would be good for demo. All right, so let's light it up. There is no piezo ignition on this, so you do have to light it yourself. There we go. And see how high that can go. All right, I'm going to keep it on low so you guys can hear me over the roar of it. Put our 2 cups of water in here and get our clock set to start. All right, put it on, turn it up, turn it up, and let's start it again. My bad. There we go. All right, so I got 5 seconds extra here. I turned the wrong way. So there you go. It's running. We'll just keep that in there. We won't even bother making that a blooper. There you go. Bring you back when it's boiling. So we're just about to come to a boil here. There we go. We got bubbles coming up from the bottom. I want to wait totally. I want to look at it. I hate to not cover it, but we'll give it like, yeah, it's boiling now. So there you go. Bring you up to it. You see the bubbles boiling. 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Not bad. Certainly not a speed demon stove, but definitely respectable and decent boil time. And there you go. So I'm going to let this cool off before I try and take that stove out of there. And we'll try it with the alcohol stove. And just so I don't forget it, I wrote down on this little boogie board. If you've ever seen these things, they're like modern day Etch-a-Sketches. You write on it, and when you want to clear it, you hit that. So isobutane was 404. I just wanted to remember that because I know once I'm doing the video and 1,000 other things, I will forget. So let's reset that. There we go. And I have the alcohol. I'm using actually the denatured alcohol from Home Depot. Had about 1/4 of the way up in there. We're just going to place that in there. It is still kind of warm, so I want to be careful not to burn my fingers. All right, and we're going to light it. There we go. Okay, and that is going. So I'm just going to wait for it to bloom and see how quickly it does. I got to turn off the top light, so forgive me. And there it goes. Yeah, that's pretty darn quick. All right, so we're going to put 2 cups of water in here again. I've got 2 cups of water here. This has cooled off. And this is just tap water from my faucet, maybe 60-something degrees. It's about 67 in here right now. So nothing out of the ordinary. Now this will, of course, take longer, but we're going to start the timer. Let's go, and there we go. And I'll bring you back once that's done. With alcohol stoves, I like to show you the burn pattern on it. Something in there is burning orange, but the rest is all perfect blue flame all the way around. And the coolest thing about this is you don't need a windscreen. That alcohol stove is protected in there. Same with if you're going to use charcoal or anything else. So I just wanted to show you the flame pattern. It bloomed very quickly, as we saw. So we're about 1 minute and 54 seconds in. We're going to keep going and see where it ends up. I'm going to stop the timer here at 4 minutes and 47 seconds. As you can tell, we are boiling very, very well. Okay. Not bad. A very impressive time, but it's like 47 seconds longer. Not bad. So let's write that down. That's 4:47. So those are the 2 right there. Honestly, not a bad time. Can't complain about it. So I'm going to let this cool off, dump out the hot water, and we will finish up the video. So all in all, gotta say, impressive, does the job. The alcohol stove actually works very, very well. I was kind of surprised because sometimes off-brand alcohol stoves don't work as well. And I did want to show you the design on the top of it. You'll notice there's small holes, big holes, small hole, big hole. So it is well thought out. It does seem to work very, very well. Snuffer worked great on it too. So all in all, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with it. As an all-in-one kind of thing, where you're going to need this, say, to do a lot of things for you. Maybe you want to use it with isobutane, but you got some alcohol in your bag, isopropyl alcohol for stoves, and you can use it with that. Maybe this is a good even home system, where you can switch between the two. So when you run out of isobutane, you can always use it as an alcohol stove. Remember to do it, if you use this inside, do it with adequate ventilation. I have good ventilation in here. I have the side door open, and I have a fire extinguisher nearby. Alcohol's fairly safe to use indoors. It's used on boats, for a stove on boats when it comes to like small yachts and stuff. So it's fairly safe. You won't get as much carbon monoxide from it. So all in all, pretty impressive. Boil times again, isobutane 4.04, and alcohol 4.47. And this is how this works, by the way. This is kind of cool. Watch. It just erases it. So I like that, be able to keep track of what I'm doing. To pack it all up is fairly simple. Now, the size of the body itself, this is what they call the furnace, is 5.5 by 5.5 by 5.1 inch. So it's really easy to pack into the storage bag and carry. The weight, again, it's a little on the heavy side, 1.7 pounds, okay, so 780 grams. But it can fit easily in your gear bag, the back of your car, many other places. Perfect for outdoors and camping or hiking, but also perfect for emergency use, especially if you're in a smaller space where maybe you can't have a full 2-burner stove out on your kitchen, something like that. Really, really cool. The price on it, $29.99. Now, normally you'd pay $29.99 just for an isobutane stove. This one is 4 stoves in one. Okay, so I thought that was a really good deal. And at the making of this video, okay, if you're watching this video a week, 2 months from now, whatever, this may not be there, but as of the making of this video, Amazon has a 5% off coupon for this stove. I will leave you a link down below. I will leave you a link in my store as well. If you want to check my store out under the stove section, that will be in there as well. So definitely check it out. It's definitely a budget-friendly item, and it's 4 stoves in one, where you'd probably pay, heck, $20-30 for each stove, and this is 4 in 1. So definitely kind of cool. I'd like to try it out with charcoal maybe in a future video and some wood, but I like the thing so far. I'm really happy with it. So that is the Alocs portable multi-fuel stove. I believe the price on it again is $29.99, and you get the 5% discount if you use the Amazon coupon, so don't forget to click that on Amazon. That's not a coupon I control. So definitely check the link out down below. Don't forget, that first link you see in my description box is going to be the link for freeze-dried wholesalers. My discount code for this week till Friday is going to be 20% instead of 15%. So definitely, if you got any big shopping to do, get it done now, because we see when there's a panic, when there's some kind of massive buy on, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be out of stock again. So he's getting caught up. He's almost fully caught up. Go in there, get your 20% discount, and hopefully, possibly, we'll be having a Black Friday sale as well on there. Also, we have our Amazon affiliate store. If you're interested in some of the gear I use in the channel like this, it will be in the affiliate store. If not, just save that link and use it to shop when you shop on Amazon. Helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. Doesn't cost you anything. You just use that link and shop as you normally would on Amazon. Below that is our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. We have awesome deals going on there this month for freeze-dried foods, the 2-week, 4-week, and 3-month kit. But if you're interested to see some of the other gear on that site, you go up to the top where it says My Patriot Supply and click on that, and you will see the rest of the gear that's in my portal. And that's preparewithiridium.com. And of course, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Can't go wrong with Thrive for food storage. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.